Hello to all of you. To continue with the poem Night of the Scorpion. So, we have discussed the introduction part of the poem. So, it's a poem written by Nissim Ezekiel. So, today I'll make an analysis of the poem. So, the poem, it's a typical Indian poem by Nissim Ezekiel. And in this poem, Indian life is superb. So, the background of the poem is Indian. And if we talk about the theme of the poem, the theme we have the images of dark forces of evil around in the night of the scorpion. If you read the poem, you will find a diabolic tale. So, the diabolic tale of the scorpion, giant scorpion, shadows on the sun baked wall, and the night itself point to evil. In fact, the poem is about the pertinent question as to what can conquer evil, where superstition, rationalism, religion proved futile. The self effacing love of a mother had its say. So, at the end of the poem, the mother says, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." So it's a love of mother for children. So this is the another theme of the poem. And another important theme is the helplessness that loves one feel when someone close to them is dying. So there is an overall sensation of helplessness when the mother gets stung by the scorpion. So the villagers come by and essentially they are fairly worthless in alleviating the mother's pain. The father is a skeptical type. So this poem, it's having three types of character. The one is superstitious villagers, the other is father, and the next is mother. So all of the three, they are having different disposition. The villagers, they are very superstitious. The father is skeptical also, and he is using scientific herbs. He is applying medicines, and the mother, she is full of love, and she is perfect embodiment for the Indian lady who is full of love for her children. And she, at the end of the poem, she is saying that thank God the scorpion spared me. Scorpion spared my children and cut me. So it describes the love for Indian mother. That Indian mother, she is full of love for her kids. So now we will talk in brief the summary of Night of the Scorpion. So Night of the Scorpion is a very strong, it's a very beautiful poem of self-effacing love. The poem opens with the poet's reminiscence of a childhood experience. What was that reminiscence? When at one night his mother was stung by a scorpion, and then there was a 10 hours of steady rain that had driven the scorpion to hiding beneath a sack of rice after inflicting unbearable pain upon the mother with the flash of its diabolic tail. So the peasant folk of the village came like swarms of flies and expressed their sympathy. They believed that with every moment the scorpion made, the poison would move in mother's blood. So this is the superstition of the superstition of the villagers. It is shown, and to console the mother, they opened the bundle of their superstitions. They told mother that the suffering and the pain, it will go away. It will burn away the sins of her previous birth. And the mother, she was suffering a lot. She was twisting and she was groaning in mortifying pain. Her husband, who was skeptic and rationalist, tried every curse and blessing. He was trying herb hybrid, and as a last resort he even poured a little paraffin on the bitten part and put a match to it. So the painful night was long, and holy man came, and he was doing everything. And then the ironic twist in the poem comes when, in the end, the mother who suffered in silence, she opens her mouth and she says, "Thank God the scorpion picked me and spared my children." So we have an Indian background in the Night of the Scorpion. So what is where is the Indian background? The superstitious villagers and the full of the love that is found in mother. So this shows that the poem is having Indian sentimentality, Indian feeling. So the Night of the Scorpion, it's a poem that focuses on a single episode in the life of an Indian family. So if we talk, it the poem generates a layers of tension as the drama progress. The tension of attempts of peasants that who are trying to alleviate the mother's pain, and some of the peasants do something to kill the scorpion. Then we happen to see the reaction of father. Then we see various superstitious versus the scientific. So then there is religious also undertone that is regarding with karma. So the poem, it's a beautiful narrative poem. If we discuss the figure of speech, then there is alliteration in the line, in the second line, stung by a scorpion. So it's a alliteration. Parting with his poison, diabolic tale in the dark, risk the pain, poison purified through and through. So we are having here alliteration. Then we have metaphor also. Scorpion is evil one. If you in the third stanza you will find that scorpion is to paralyze the evil one. So it's uh, it's compared with evil. And there we have simile. Very simile in the stanza, swarm of flies. The prisoners, they are compared with swarm of flies. So the peasants, they are very superstitious, they are old fashioned, they are illiterate, and they had not moved on in their thinking and culture, but they have a primitive impulse to help the mother. The father, meanwhile, is just the opposite in the sense that he is rational, reductive type of a person who is unimpressed with the peasants and their mumbo jumbo. So, yet he resorts to using paraffin on the mother's toe, setting it alight, but he is very scientific. So, this poem, it beautifully delineates the Indian sentimentality, the mother's love, though she is in agony all night, but finally triumphs and does not succumb to the venom of the scorpion. For all the time she was unable to utter a word, she is capable only of groans until the pain subsided and the relief she felt gave her the power to sum her experience up. So, this was all about the themes of Night of the Scorpion. You will go through the poem and you will find it very beautiful. Thank you.